Now to start out, I'm going to show you how I've set up my XAMPP. So by default, you set up XAMPP, and XAMPP will run wherever the install directory is. So you have XAMPP wherever you've set it to install, and you're going to have all of your default folders there. Now there's a really quick way to update where the folders are pointing. So all you have to do, again, open up your control panel for XAMPP. So that means just run XAMPP. So you don't necessarily need to start it yet. Go over to config and select this first file here, this httpd config file. And from here, this is giving you all that configuration information for XAMPP. So what I usually do is I redirect it to whatever folder I want to use on my computer. So for this course, I'm going to be using a folder called websites course. So let's look at it on my H drive, and it's going to be called web dev. So this is a folder that I've already created, and I know where the path is. And this is just a quick way to set up multiple folders and just redirect it. So now whenever I go over to my web dev folder and access the files in there, so I'm going to be doing that through XAMPP. So I've got already my web dev folder hooked up, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well within XAMPP. So we see here that I've got my index page, and I'm just going to call it here page ready. So going out to here, I'm still pointed at that old folder where I had these old files, and I've brought my new files over to here. I've got that index and the style files that I've brought over to the web dev folder. So all I have to do now is I have to actually stop it, wait for it to stop, and then restart it. So once the server restarts, it's going to redirect to that new folder that I've just set up, that web dev folder, and I can see now I've got the ability to update that file within brackets because I'm opening up that file within brackets. So now that's all we really have to do for XAMPP. And of course, if you're setting up databases, there's some more configuration as well, and there's some more advanced stuff. But this is just to demonstrate how you can get to localhost and how you can change the folders where your localhost is running out of. So I'm going to move that one aside, and I'm going to open up brackets. So within brackets, the first thing that I usually do is when I've set up that brand new folder, I need to point to that folder within my working files and have access to all of the files in the folder. So you just go over to here to File, and here you have the ability to open a file, to start a new file. You can do a close as well. You can close all the open files. So I can do something like close all, close up these files. And now if I go to open folder, I can open it up to a brand new folder, or I can open up to the existing folder. And when I do open folder, it currently by default is sitting on that web dev folder where it was sitting before. And I'm just going to open that again because I'm not sure what happened there. But so now I can simply browse through and select the folder that I want to use. So I still want to use this web dev folder. So I simply do select folder, and that will populate that folder into the menu here, and then I can simply select out the files that are available within the folder. So the next lesson, we're going to be looking at some really cool things that you can do with brackets, including the live preview and experimental live preview. So there's a few options there, and then as well as adding in extensions. So we'll be going over that in the upcoming lesson.